like my favorite. I mean, really, it's one of my favorite things to see. Pop, 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 pop. Somebody's got a song like that. Pop, 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 pop. I know it's a disco joint. Somebody tell me what that is. Pop, 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 pop. Someone will tell me. Someone will tell me. Greetings, salutations, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are all here. Yes, a daily antidote of song on this beautiful Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday. Hello, everyone. Greetings to all those who are streaming in on all the platforms. It's wonderful to see you. I'm Arne. I'm your host for this Saturday edition. And let's give thanks to my dear JoJo Rossi. She's not in the room today, but let's send her love. Let's send her kisses. Kisses. Kisses, 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 kisses. And all the beautiful folks at Carpe Diem Arts that make sure this happens. I'm going to give a shout out to our BK Sunshine Zoom Guru Goddess today. We got Aaron representing Williamsburg. All right. I think it's day 1273. I think. On September 30th. So let's get this party started. Who is in the room with us? We've got Gary Pausner here. Hello. Hey, Aloysius is here. Greetings, greetings. Martha is here. Hey, Susan G. Nice to see you. Arlene. Yes. Oh, you got a fur baby. Okay, in Berkeley. Megan is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ann Morris. Good to see you. Ann in Nashville. Good to see you. Hey, Kevin. Waving at you, love. Nice to have you here. We got my girl Kathleen in Albuquerque. Hello. Oh, Mariah Merriweather is here. Greetings, greetings. Becky is here. Hello, hello. Sheila in Florida. Another fur baby. Storm. Okay, Storm. You always manage to do it, Storm. Thank you for being here today. Athena, also in Brooklyn. We got uh, the borough of Brooklyn in the house today. We've got Sarah Page, hello, Annette in California. Cricket is here. June is in Texas. Karen is in Oregon. Is it 1273? Did I say 1273? I said 1273. Okay. And hey, there's a bluebird on your shoulder. Is that hey bluebird on my shoulder? Okay, that's Carolyn in Boise. Good to have you here. Luda, oh, thank you for all the love in Victoria, BC. Hey, Hoda in BC. Lovely to see you as always. Mabel, we're matching today, Mabel. And Bears. Wonderful having you here from Massachusetts. Caroline in DC. Oh, what have you got there? Oh, it's a pumpkin. A pumpkin. Okay. Okay. Yes, that works. That works. Jamie. James is here. Hello, James, from Victoria, right? Anne is here from Silver Spring. We've got Willard representing the curly tops of Vermont. The curly tops of Vermont. You must say it with your pinkies out. We've got Moon in Alexandria. Carol is here from Connecticut. Bob is here on the iPhone. Nancy is here. And we are, let's see, Kathy is coming in. We're going to have a very, very good day today. If this is your first time at Daily Antidote Song, put it in the chat. Let us know where you are, what your name is, and your favorite color, and how you found Daily Antidote Song on day 1272. Let us know that. We'd really like to know. And we welcome you, welcome you, welcome you. I'm wearing orange, not just because y'all know it's my favorite color, but we know this is Orange Shirt Day, right? It's celebrated annually on September 30th in honor of the Indigenous Canadian children who were sent to those dreadful residential schools and forced to assimilate into the white Canadian culture. This day reminds us to support the survivors and stand against all forms of injustice, including systemic racism and bullying in our societies. And we have a guest here today. Our guest song leader knows a lot about standing up and standing for what is right. We are so grateful to have this award-winning veteran social activist. She's a feminist. She's a labor singer-songwriter. She is a culture worker who grew up singing and playing in Portland, Oregon, where she began her performing career as a child in a band with her two sisters. We're going to talk about that. After she moved to New York City, she devoted herself to topical songwriting and social activism, notably in her band, The Human Condition. She's featured on the Grammy-nominated Best of Broadside album, and she's the founder and former director of the Brooklyn Women's chorus. Y'all know her song, We Were There. It is an anthem of women in the labor movement. She's got many other award winning songs, and we are so very grateful to have her in here from my old hometown, Park Slope, Brooklyn. Come in the room, Bev Grant. Welcome,
I'm here.
welcome. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. It's let me see. It's like 12:07 here. So
Okay.
you're a little bit earlier than me.
Right.
Um, I've had a chance to wake up. It's we're just recovering from a flood, particularly in my neighborhood, actually, in Park Slope. Like there two streets over on Carroll Street,
I know,
three
Carol.
streets. Carroll and Fourth Avenue, major flood in the intersection there. I mean, I didn't go out, so but I'm reporting from what I saw, on the
Mm.
screen.
Yeah, I saw just incredible images of cars, in Manhattan.
Oh,
Just okay.
my daughter went out in it to take her son to school in my car, actually,
Oh,
and she said, "Ma, cars were like spraying all over me. It's a really small car." And she said, and getting stuck in a puddle. And I ran a red light because I didn't want to get stuck in that puddle. And I said, it's a good thing because if you'd put your brakes on, you know, you would have flooded your brakes and you would have been stuck, And lucky she had a four-wheel drive car.
look at that. Look at that.
Got
My
through it. And she's a pretty
spirit.
new driver, so it must have been really scary for her.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you are dry and comfortable, and we are in your hands. What do you have for us to sing today?
Well, it's this is sort of an unusual song to bring to a sing-along, but it does have a singable chorus and it's a little bit jazzier than a lot of the stuff I do. It kind of uses some of those major seventh chords and diminished chords and stuff like that that you don't often find in folk music. But it's kind of an introduction to who I am and where I came from. Like you mentioned, I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I left when I was about 19, I think. Went to San Francisco for a year and then came to New York. I wasn't following my dream. I was following my partner's dream at the time, person I was with, who was a jazz musician. And I had stopped playing music because I felt so intimidated by the skill and the sophistication of the music I was exposed to at that time. I mean, we had jam sessions in our house in Brooklyn with people like Eric Dolphy and Charlie Hayden and Albert Eiler and I mean and
Hold up. The free jazz gods? Are you
Three
serious?
jazz guys, yeah. And Eddie Blackwell lived on the third floor, and Don Cherry lived on the second floor. But I was the old lady of Mike Grant who lived on the first floor. But I was a fly on the wall, and I loved the music, and I got to hear, both in San Francisco and New York, all the giants. You know.
Okay. All right. You're blowing my mind.
I usually don't talk about this with folk people.
I, I love this. I love this. Okay, let's get to the song. Let's just get to the
Okay. So the song is called Small Town Girl, which is what I was. And I won't sing the whole, do I sing the whole song or just the chorus that I'm going to teach?
just sing the chorus that you want
Okay.
us to sing along with you. And if you can go line by line, that'll be really helpful.
Okay, I'll sing it through once and then we'll go line by line. How does that sound?
Just line by line for the chorus.
Okay, that's what I mean. All
That's
right, I'll just one. I'm a small town girl in New York City. That's the first line. So let's do it. Now I'm a small town girl in New York City. And then it goes, when I first set foot, my eyes were big and wide. When I first set foot, my eyes were big and wide. Stepped off the train at Penn Station. I just crossed this whole damn nation. Let's do that. Stepped off the train at Penn Station. I just crossed this whole damn nation. And then the last line, a suitcase and a guitar by my side. A suitcase and a guitar by my side. So let's do the whole chorus once through and then we'll do something else. Now I'm a small town girl in New York City. When I first set foot, my eyes were big and wide. Stepped off the train at Penn Station. I just crossed this whole damn nation. A suitcase and a guitar by my side. And it's true, I took the train all by myself across country, hanging out with the conductors, because I was just sitting up the whole time, had my guitar, sang with them. That was fun.
All right. Let's do the song and then we'll talk. This is
Okay.
wonderful. This is so good.
I grew up in a small house in a small town by the river. Rode my bike every day, trying to find a way to something bigger. Pushing past the boundaries of being a girl, being young, thinking I could be what I could be. My dad gave me my first guitar. I think he thought that I'd go far, but I went further than he ever hoped to see. Chorus. Now I'm a small town girl in New York City. When I first set foot, my eyes were big and wide. Stepped off the train at Penn Station. I just crossed this whole damn nation. Suitcase and a guitar by my side. Now Brooklyn was my destination. Bumps and bruises welcomed me. Still a girl not quite grown up, with a thirst to fill my cup and to be free. My boyfriend called me his old lady. We listened to Sister Sadie. I went to work while he played his saxophone. Well, I brought home and cooked the bacon, cleaned the mess he was making, till I finally left to make one of my own. Now I'm a small town girl in New York City. When I first set foot, my eyes were big and wide. Stepped off the train at Penn Station. I just crossed this whole damn nation. A suitcase and a guitar by my side. Now I'm still living here in Brooklyn. My closet's full of memories. I got some space for some new one, and I'm playing my own music when I please. My kids are grown, now I got grand ones, full of life and energy. I feel like someone who got off scot-free. Well, I don't regret the life I had. Growing old is not so bad, and I keep living like I'm always gonna be a small town girl in New York City. When I first set foot, my eyes were big and wide. Stepped off the train at Penn Station. I just crossed this whole damn nation. A suitcase and a guitar by my side, beginning. I stepped off the train at Penn Station. Crossed this whole damn nation. And I still got a suitcase and a guitar by my side.
Woo-hoo, hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo, woo!
Like that.
Yes, bringing it. You bringing it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, everybody, everybody. Mm, you ain't
And
no
thank you
small
for
town
singing
girl.
along.
You ain't no small town girl. I'm telling you.
Well, I grew
Those
up a little, you know.
I think you did. Okay, so you made me change tangents. I was going to go in one direction, but you started talking about the free jazz movement. So were you living in Lower Manhattan were you in a part of the loft scene?
Brooklyn. We were in this kind of ramshackle house, a three-story house. It wasn't separated into different apartments so much.
Okay.
So there was like this staircase with a banner, banister that went up when you went in the door, but we lived on the first floor, so it would have been the parlor floor, and then there was what would have been a dining room but became the bedroom,
Okay.
and then this kitchen that was just tacked on to the building. You didn't have any heat. So when you used the kitchen in the winter, you had to like turn the stove on to heat it up. I mean, and it was this old black spiritual advisor woman who owned the place and rented it to us. And she had all these books on numerology and, you
So
know,
she probably knew Sun Ra then.
well, no, I don't think so. She was old. Sun Ra wasn't old back then. Sun Ra lived for a while. I knew Sun Ra when he was playing at Slugs. He sort of had this residency on Third Street. And I was living with this drummer. I had left my husband. And
We're getting all the tea today. Okay.
I'm giving you all this like stuff I talk about in consciousness raising. But anyway, I was living with this drummer who um, played at Slugs a lot. And Sun Ra was in residency there, though. He already had his band, you know.
The
And
orchestra.
but everybody was, all the free jazz guys were playing at
Wow.
Slugs.
Wow. So did you come across Sonny Murray,
Yeah,
Ornette,
he
Archie
was playing with Cecil, I think, Cecil
Cecil
Taylor
Taylor, who lived
at the
in
Five
Brooklyn for
Spot.
many years? Cecil was probably your neighbor in Brooklyn. I think he was in Fort Greene.
Cecil, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I went to his house once in Fort Greene.
oh, okay, that could be. I didn't know him, but I did hear him many times live, mostly at the
Ah,
Five Spot.
wow, wow. And so you knew Ornette?
I didn't know Ornette, but I knew his band. I knew all those guys, Eddie and Don. Don was a sweetheart, but every time, and he was living with this wonderful woman that was a mentor to me. She was very light-skinned African American woman whose sister lived in Philadelphia as a white woman. I mean, this was like
Mm.
mind blowing, I mean, I learned so much about stuff like that, and how she survived. And she was a person who instilled in me this sense of nesting, because she made everything beautiful around her. She was so creative with fabrics, and I learned how to crochet, and for years, and I have this nesting instinct whenever I go somewhere, where to the point that sometimes I'll bring a beautiful throw to put on a hotel room bed so that I'll feel at home. I mean, it's like I really appreciate what she gave to me in terms of her warmth and just welcoming,
Welcoming you in.
creating an environment that welcomes people,
Do you remember her name?
Yes, Elaine Shelton was her.
Elaine. Shelton. And was she Nina's mother?
No, Nena's mother was Moki.
Okay.
Moki was a Swedish woman.
Okay.
I
Okay.
know her too. She used to come. I was living in a loft in Williamsburg for a while with I don't want to name the drummer because he's really famous. And I don't, he's dead, but his kids are around. You know what I mean? So, um, I just have some reservations about that.
No, you don't have to.
I've never gone public,
Only
but
disclose what you want. I'm going completely off topic because I kind of grew up in a free jazz environment. My uncle was one of the founders of AACM in Chicago, and so
okay.
he had all of
Say
those
what that
records.
is. Say what that is.
Oh,
AAC.
AACM is the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians. And so you had people like Muhal, Richard Abrams, a wonderful pianist, Henry Threadgill, who lived down the block. And I later recorded with Henry. And I also recorded with Butch Morris when I lived in New York. So we kind of, you're in those
A little
circles.
younger than me.
I am, but I knew about them, and I certainly knew
Yeah.
about Dolphy. And I actually, in here in Los Angeles, I tracked down someone in Eric Dolphy's family.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Wow.
that was yeah, yep. And Horace Tapscott too. I'm sorry, everybody. We need to we need to do a private conversation on this. Bev,
Right.
you threw me for a loop, Bev. You threw me for a loop.
Well, that
Um,
was my life before I became me, and that's how I look at it. I was really very oppressed as a female. I knew my place basically, although I had feelings of needing to get, expand who I was, but I would have well, I was put in my place a few times, and physically as well.
I
You
can
know,
I can understand that. There's a sense of intellectualism that comes from a lot of those players. I experienced it too, but from a different vantage point than you. But somehow you broke away and you made your way into finding yourself, finding your voice, your
thanks to the women's
songwriting.
movement. I found the women's movement. It made all the difference to me to put my life in perspective, to understand why I was there, why I had accepted that role, for example. I wasn't questioning that role as a feminist, just, well, you know, please don't hit me, or, like different things like that.
Mhm.
And, or let me speak. I can't speak, I mean, that kind of lack of having words, having identity,
No agency, no agency.
other than
Because
being female and somewhat good looking, at the time. That's what I looked for was the glance, the men's glance, you know.
well, you still rocking the good looking. You still rocking that. So, don't don't say before. But somehow you found your way, and then you're writing and creating and pulling together the Brooklyn Women's Chorus. How did that come about? Just real quick, because we've got about 3 minutes.
Wow.
How did the Brooklyn Women's Chorus come about?
Accidentally, because I was asked to direct a chorus in New Jersey, which I did for 5 years, and we performed at the Ethical Society, and the woman who ran the coffee house there said, "Why don't we start a chorus?" So that was like 3 blocks from my house, and that was much preferable to driving an hour to Jersey. So we did that, and it just took off, and I have no training as a choral director. I used my band training, harmonies as a child, all of that kind of stuff. And I learned how to use a computer program to write out charts and stuff. So we all learned together, and it was a wonderful experience. And I learned how to be a leader, I think, in the sense that, understanding that leadership's about responsibility, and that the group itself, found its own internal leadership when I left, which was just such a wonderful thing to watch them assume the what I had done, because it was easier for me just to do everything, then I didn't have to have a meeting,
Right.
I don't like meetings. But now they have a lot of meetings, but they're accomplishing something, and they're building themselves up. And I liked also developing people's voices. Not that it was really me giving them permission to sing. There were never auditions. And people learned to sing. And my God, you know, the gratitude that you get back from that, I said, I didn't do anything. I let you sing, So
But
that
you
was,
provided the space and you provided the permission. And
yeah,
sometimes that's all people need.
I
Just
know. I know.
just say, "Come on in," and I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah. It was great. And I felt it made me feel good. It made everybody feel good, you know. Everybody, you should all sing. Nobody should ever say they can't sing
Wow.
because
Wow.
I
Okay.
know that people can learn to be on key.
Absolutely. Or just, stick him in the middle with all the other voices around.
That's
It all
exactly.
works out. It all works out. It all works out. What have you any performances coming up that we can support you with? Any projects? And
Well,
when is the book? Hello, Bev. When
oh, I
is the
have a
book?
book. I
Come on.
did all of this when I first got involved with the movement. I was a photographer, and this is a picture of me actually with Juan Gonzalez from the Young Lords and
Oh,
our friend Malcolm in the background there at the Lord's office. But the book has like a lot of photos. I don't know how I took so many photos. I was in a group called Newsreel, which was a documentary filmmaker, radical documentary film group for 4 years, and found, I just recently digitized all these photos, and somebody put out a book, and I'm making a film. I'll have a film out hopefully next year that will also document these photos and talk more about my life and um,
geez. Oh, wow. Okay, we got to talk offline. We
we got a
got
lot.
to. We're running out of time, and I want you to do the whole song again.
Oh,
But will
okay.
you please promise to come back at another time, please?
Of course. And I'll sing something more political next
Oh, no,
time.
no, no, no. Just sing whatever you feel. Just sing
Okay.
what you feel. This is the space
This is
for
what
that.
I felt this time because I was going to sing something about immigration, but I just decided, let me introduce myself.
We need to hear your story, and all we need to hear your stories.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do the first verse and then a chorus and out.
Okay. I grew up in a small house in a small town by a river. Thank you all for coming. Rode my bike every day, trying to find a way to something bigger. Pushing past the boundaries, being a girl, being young, thinking I could be what I could be. My dad gave me my first guitar. I think he thought that I'd go far, but I went further than he'd ever hoped to see. Here we go. Now I'm a small town girl in New York City. When I first set foot, my eyes were big and wide. Stepped off the train at Penn Station. I just crossed this whole damn nation. Suitcase and a guitar by my side. Do the ending. Stepped off the train at Penn Station. Crossed this whole damn nation. A suitcase and a guitar by my side. Thank you, good people.
Bev Grant, y'all. Bev Grant.
So
Uh,
good to meet you.
so good to see you. We're gonna have cheesecake at Cousin John's when I come.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we're going back to my old hood. Back to my old hood. Wow.
Excellent. Excellent.
Everyone, the incredible, the incomparable Bev Grant. Thank you so much for blessing us with your incredible music, your incredible stories, your beauty. Yes, ma'am, your beauty. Uh-huh. Go ahead. Go ahead. Preen for the camera. Go
I
ahead.
don't do anything anymore. Once I let my the dye grow out of my hair, that was it. I had stopped everything that I ever did to try to enhance. No more. There was no. I left most of that stuff a long time ago, but the hair was the last thing.
It works. It's working. It's working. Everybody, let's give it up for Bev Grant. Bev Grant.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And let's give her kisses as she moves out of the room in case she needs to go. I want to thank everyone for being here. We want to thank Erin. Erin, our goddess.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron, so much. And let us thank the other people in the room. We want to thank everyone who streamed in. We appreciate your being here. Thank you so much. And we give special thanks to Bob and Mabel. Bob and Mabel together with Bears and Orange. Yes. Carolyn and Boise. Yes. Rocking the Orange. Nancy, thank you for being here. Your room looks like someplace I can have a whole lot of fun. All right. Baba James Harkless. Yes. Hello, sir. Good to see you here. Thank you. Happy Saturday. Hey, Kathy in Denver. I see what you did there. I see what you did. Kevin, thank you for being here with the Magic Flute in DC. Diane in Puerto Rico. Good to have you here. Aloysius, thank you for spreading love where you are. Martha, great seeing you. Thank you. Thank you. Susan G in Cincinnati. I got something for you. I got something for you. Thank you for being here. Arlene in Berkeley with a fur baby. I think that's a fur baby. Is that a whale? What is it? Okay. All right. Put it in the chat. Okay, you know what? I'm going to save the chat today. Megan, thank you for being here in Vermont and in Nashville. Great seeing you. Kevin, good to have you here, my friend. Day 1273. Kathleen in Albuquerque. Great to see you. Hey, Becky. Nice having you here. Sheila in Florida. Thank you. Thank you. Storm. What can I say? Storm is storming. Storm is storming, and it's a good thing. Thank you for being here. Athena in Brooklyn. Thank you for your presence. Let's see. Laris in the UK. Thank you. Thank you. Kat in Vermont. I see the orange. Thank you. Appreciate that. Clive Humphreys. Is that Ruth and Clive? Oh, yes. All right. In the UK. Thanks for being here. James, thank you for being here. You're very formal today. I'm James today. Let's see. Deli, thank you for being here. Trish in Victoria. Hello, hello. Jane in Texas. Curly Tops with the orange. I see what you did. We approve. We approve. Thank you for being here. Priscilla, this is a new name for me. Put where you are from in the chat so we can welcome you formally. Mariah here from San Jose. Those are my old stomping grounds too for a minute. Caroline in DC, thanks you for being here. Moon in Alexandria, always love saying your name. Carol J in Connecticut, thank you, thank you. Ellen G in Connecticut, thank you. And Elizabeth in California. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Everyone, let's take a breath. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, let's take a breath and give thanks again to Bev Grant. Susan, I'm going to get with you in a bit. Okay, I got to get to work. Love to all. Have a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Spread some love. Spread some love. Spread some love.